Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm David Kerr from Lansing in Michigan, and these are your latest news headlines from around the world. Pope Francis and President Joe Biden have met for the first time. The two men held discussions at the Vatican on Friday. A Holy See communiqué said the Pope and the President talked about their common commitment to the protection and care of the planet, the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the issue of refugees and migrants. Following the meeting, President Biden also claimed that Pope Francis had encouraged him to keep receiving Holy Communion. That's despite the President's continued public opposition to church teaching on marriage, the family, and the sanctity of human life. In response, the Vatican declined to confirm President Biden's claim. The US President will now travel on to Scotland on Monday to attend the United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26. Meanwhile, Pope Francis met with the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday. Over the course of an hour, the two men discussed a range of issues, including the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and efforts to eliminate poverty. According to media reports, Prime Minister Modi also invited the Pope to visit India. The last time a Roman pontiff visited India was in 1999, when Pope St. John Paul II went to the capital city of New Delhi to issue a papal document on the Church in Asia. A legal bid has been launched to free an Algerian Christian convert convicted under laws regulating non-Muslim worship. Authorities in the North African country arrested Fudel Baloul in April of this year after raiding his home and confiscating holy Bibles and other Christian materials. 3 months later, Mr. Baloul was sentenced to 6 months in prison due to a money transfer from Germany that had been deposited into his bank account. It was deemed an unauthorised donation under Algerian laws regulating non-Muslim worship. While the authorities accused Mr. Baloul of receiving the money due to his Christian faith, he insisted it was from a friend in Germany and meant as financial support because he was at that time unemployed. On Thursday, Mr. Baloul began a legal challenge to quash his conviction. In doing so, he has the support of the human rights charity Amnesty International. They say that the blasphemy law in the Muslim-majority North African nation is currently being used to target non-Muslims and repress their fundamental rights. There is a warning that Catholic schools on the English Channel island of Guernsey may have to close if a new anti-discrimination law is passed by the island's elected assembly. The proposed legislation would mean that a head teacher of a Catholic school need no longer be a practicing Catholic. The Diocese of Portsmouth, which has responsibility for the church in Guernsey, says it generally supports the new anti-discrimination law, but added that having a head teacher who is Catholic is an essential requirement of a Catholic school. They now want an exemption inserted into the bill to protect Catholic education. Guernsey is a British Crown dependency. It's situated off the north coast of France. The island's assembly will vote on the new law on November the 2nd. New Zealand's bishops have prepared guidelines for health professionals, chaplains and priests to assist them in their pastoral work with people who decide to be killed under the country's new End-of-Life Choice Act that comes into effect on November the 7th. The guidelines are entitled Ministers of Consolation and Hope. The bishops say that the 5-page document stresses accompaniment with those who are being killed. New Zealand's Catholic leaders opposed euthanasia during the country's 2020 referendum on the matter. The measure still passed, though, with 66% support from voters. Despite the new law, euthanasia will not be offered in Catholic rest homes or hospices. The bishop's guidelines also stress that no Catholic priest, chaplain, pastoral worker, healthcare professional or caregiver should ever cooperate in assisted killing. Churches around the world will be illuminated in red light next month in order to show solidarity with persecuted Christians. The global initiative is the brainchild of the charity Aid to the Church in Need, who support persecuted Christians worldwide. It will take place between November the 17th and 24th. The first church to be lit up will be St. Stephen's Cathedral in the Austrian capital Vienna. Some of the other sacred buildings that will be bathed in red light this year include the Sacré-Cœur Basilica in Paris and Notre Dame Basilica in the French-Canadian city of Montreal. This year's campaign is dedicated to women and girls from minority communities who suffer abductions, forced marriages, forced conversions and sexual violence in Asia and Africa. The Red Week initiative has been held every November since 2015. The Vatican has issued a commemorative silver coin to mark the centenary of Milan's Catholic University of the Sacred Heart. The university's coat of arms appear on the special €10 silver coin. It was released on October the 28th and is designed by the artist Gabriella Titotto. Each coin weighs 22 grams and is 34 millimetres in diameter. As many as 33,000 of the coins have been struck by the Vatican Mint so far. Finally, the Vatican published a decree on Thursday allowing Catholics to obtain a plenary indulgence throughout the month of November for the holy souls in purgatory by visiting a cemetery and praying for those who have died. A plenary indulgence remits all temporal punishment due to sin. Normally, such an indulgence is limited to the first 8 days of November, a month when the Church gives particular focus to praying for the dead. The Vatican decree notes that the decision to extend the time period for gaining the indulgence was taken in response to various pleas recently received from various sacred pastors of the Church due to the continuing state of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, that's your latest headlines for now. Do join us for more tomorrow. You can also visit us at sw.news.org for news updates. Shalom.